Today's social experiment. I met a woman selling in her shop. I walked up to her and told her, "Ma, I am hungry." She looked at me. She did not even ask questions. She did not talk much. She simply brought out money and gave it to me, just like that. I said, "Thank you." She said, "Okay." And I walked away. After some time, I came back again. I greet her. She said, "What do you want?" I have not even sold anything since morning. I pointed at the camera and said, "Ma, I am doing a social experiment." She immediately smiled and covered her mouth. She was surprised. I said, "Yes, it's just a social experiment." Then I returned the money she gave me earlier. And I told her, "Please stand up, I have something for you." She was still laughing. Then she stood up. I told her to close her eyes and open her hand. She did. I placed a large amount of money in her hand. She opened her eye and said, "Wow, Jesus, is this for me?" I said, "Yes." She said, "But I only gave you a small amount." I said, "Yes." In that moment, her joy was real. She could not believe it. Sometimes people give without even thinking, and that is pure kindness. She did not have much. She said she had not even made a sale that morning, but she still gave. And that is what kindness look like. Today, I decided to do another social experiment inside the market. First, I approached a woman and asked her for food. I told her I was hungry. She waved her hand at me and said, "Go, go, go." She drove me away. So I left quietly. Then I walked to another woman who was selling clothes. I said, "Please, ma, I am hungry. I need something to eat." She looked at me and said, "You need something to eat?" I said, "Yes, ma." She brought out a bottle of Fanta and gave it to me. I said, "Thank you, ma." As I was about to leave, she called me back. She gave me some money to buy bread so I could eat with the drink. That touched my heart. After some time, I came back. She was arranging her clothes and attending to customer. She looked at me and said, "What do you want again?" That was when I told her the truth. I said, "Ma, this is a social experiment." I pointed at the camera. She was surprised. She said, "You are recording me?" I apologized to her. I even returned the Fanta to show respect. Then I said, "Ma, I have something for you." I asked her to stand up and close her eye. She did. I placed money in her hand. When she opened her eyes, she shouted, "Jesus." She was shocked. She started jumping. She was dancing. She could not believe it. She was so happy because she did not expect anything in return. And in that moment, I realized something. Some people give without expecting anything back, and that is true kindness. Kindness is not about how much you have. It's about your heart. Always be good. Kindness still exists. It's all about kindness. This day I made more than 20 bricklayers. So I just decided to bless them, and it is one of them. You don't need to wait for much. Kindness is all I dream for. I love you all. Please share the video and comment. Today, I decided to do another social experiment about kindness. First, I met a woman cooking. I asked her for food because I said I was hungry. Instead of helping me, she pushed me away. She even used the spoon she was cooking with to chase me. So I left quietly. Then I walked to another shop. I saw an elderly woman resting with her head down. I gently woke her up. She looked shocked to see me. I told her, please, I am hungry. I need something to eat. She said she was only selling shoes. She said she did not have food. She said she did not even have much money. I turned to leave, but then she called me back. She reached into her bag and brought out some money. She gave it to me. She said, I don't have much. I would have given you more. That touched my heart. I thanked her and walked away. After some times, I came back. I touched her gently again. She said, what again? I don't have anything. That was when I told her the truth. I removed my cap and said, Mama, this is a social experiment. I pointed at the camera. She was shocked. Then she smiled. I told her, pass the kindness test. I asked her to open her hand. She opened it. I told her to close her eyes. She was even laughing. When she opened her eye, I placed money in her hand. Her reaction was beautiful. She started jumping. She was dancing. She kept saying, thank you, God. She even tried to kneel to thank me. I returned the money she gave me earlier. She was still dancing. Even as I walked away, she kept thanking God with so much joy. And in that moment, I realized sometimes the people who have the least are the one with the biggest heart. Kindness is not about how much you have, it's about how much you are willing to give. Kindness still exists. Drop your thoughts. First, I met an elderly woman fetching water from a well. Before I could even beg her for water, she poured some for me. Then she poured a second one. But she looked at me angrily. Maybe she was tired. Maybe she was stressed. I left quietly. Then I met another woman sitting in a shop with a little girl. When she saw me, she looked shocked, But she did not chase me away. Instead, she told the little girl to go inside and bring bread and a drink. She gave them to me without saying much. No question, no insult, just kindness. I said thank you, then I walked away. But later, I came back. When she saw me again, she was scared and confused. I told her, Mama, I am not really in need. This is a social experiment. I pointed to the camera. She held her chest in shock. I told her to close her eyes. She was afraid at first, but she closed them. When she opened her eye, I placed money in her hands. She was so happy. She hugged me. She kept looking at the money and asking, "For me?" I said yes. She said, "Thank God." Then she told me to kneel down so she could pray for me. She prayed for me with so much joy. She blessed me again and again. In that moment, I realized something. Kindness still exists. Sometimes the people who have little give the most. God bless you all. Comment your thoughts.
Thank you, brother. Wow, today's social experiment. I saw a man standing and making a phone call. I walked up to him and knelt down. I said, "Please, sir, I am hungry. I need something to eat. Can you help me?" He told the person on the phone, "I will call you back." He ended the call and looked at me. He said, "I don't have much money with me." I begged him again. He said, "I only have 200 naira. Can you manage it?" I said, "Yes, sir, I will manage it." He brought the 200 naira out of his pocket and gave it to me. I said, "Thank you." He said, "God will help us." That statement touched me. I left. After some times, I came back. This time, he was sitting down. When he saw me, he said, "What now?" I removed my cap and point at the camera. I said, "Sir, I am doing a social experiment." He started laughing. He said, "You are recording me?" I said, "Yes, sir." I told him to stand up and close his eye. He was still smiling. He opened his hand. I reached into my pocket and brought out money. I placed it in his hand. He looked at it and said, "Is this for me?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yes." He said, "The 200 naira I gave you brought this?" I said, "Yes." He was shocked. He hugged me. He kept saying, "Thank you so much." He waved at the camera. He was very happy at this because he gave me 200 naira. In that moment, I realized something. Kindness is not about how much you give. It's about your heart. Sometimes a small act of kindness can return a big blessing. Be always kind out there. Drop your thoughts on the comments.